Penis. Vagina. Testicle. Uterus. Sperm. Egg. Hi, I'm Coach Fuller, your substitute teacher for today. Most of you know me from gym class.
This is regarding the film Pulling the Goalie. I love the opening scene. It made me laugh out loud. Very cute and funny. The scene in the classroom and the teacher, just really good acting in that and script and everything. I actually do some work in the infertility field, and I thought this was a really cool take on the male side of infertility. You don't see that very often. Just a really well done film because I thought it had some really good comedic moments and also some really good dramatic and emotional moments. I thought the actors were great. Really great scene between the husband and wife too, the close up when he was in the locker room after getting pulled from the game. I just thought that was a really sweet moment. You know, of loyalty and just teamwork in a marriage and support. I just thought it was really great. Overall, I really liked the costumes and the music, the acting, the script, the direction, all of it to me, especially the subject matter, was really great. I really liked the end scene. I thought it just wrapped everything up beautifully, and it was a really uplifting and hopeful scene for people who are in this situation. Gives them hope and was a nice way to end the film. I don't know if this is based on a true story, but there are a lot of those stories out there, whether it's the male or female or both having issues, conceiving, and I just thought this was a really cool take on it, especially for a short film. I thought it was really well done. So great job to everybody. Kudos to you guys and hope you do really well.
So I just got done watching Pulling the Goalie. I loved this film. I had a great time watching it. I loved its energy. I loved how playful it was with the cinema. It just has so much personality. This film, I think, is an emotional roller coaster. There are lots of ups and downs. But I love the sort of inspiring and hopeful tone that it has from start to finish. It's got a great mix of funny and dramatic, of lighthearted, but also, being sentimental at times. It's very well done. I loved the moments of humor that were scattered throughout. Overall, I thought it was just a very engaging film. It explores the depth and complexity of the issues around pregnancy very well in a very short amount of time. I really enjoyed watching this film. Great job.
This film was really interesting. I thought that it was extremely creative in the choices that it used to talk about the subject. When it started out, it was very comedic. It was very lighthearted, and I was a little bit confused because I was like, oh, but this is in the drama category and this is comedy. But as it goes on, obviously it gets into the much more serious topic of infertility. But I think that it used a lot of creative tools. I thought having the kind of sports announcer and the metaphors and the kind of dreamscape was it brought a sense of lightheartedness to it, but not in an insensitive way, in a really relatable kind of way. I also like that it took the perspective of the man struggling with infertility rather than the woman. I think infertility in general just absolutely isn't talked about enough, but generally we hear it from the woman's point of view, which we definitely did see in the film, but I thought it was very interesting to see how much it affected him, and you can see how it kind of ties into the way that we educate young men growing up and what society says is important, masculinity, and he doesn't feel like a man if he is struggling with being able to conceive. All of these different things, and I thought that the performances were fantastic. And yeah, I just thought this was like a really creative film that told the story in a really new and fresh way of storytelling. while also tackling a very serious and difficult subject matter. And I thought that they did that with a lot of grace and a lot of care, and yeah, a really beautiful message, and I think really helpful for a lot of people to hear.
So this is my commentary on Pulling the Goalie. I did enjoy the short. I did enjoy the way that they spoke about such a sensitive topic, infertility, and sort of used it in a very playful and light way. Especially in the beginning, the way that the couple was going through that process, and the metaphors and the kind of cutting back and forth between the sort of like in Jack's mind versus in reality, and sort of how light it was in the beginning. I think it was a very good way to introduce the topic and the theme because of the sort of sensitive nature of it. So yeah, I think they did well, and the message was very, very clear. And yeah.
Hi, these are my comments on Pulling the Goalie. I really enjoyed this short. I thought there was a really great, strong opener with the coach and the team and teaching the family planning class, and very comedic, and a lot of comedic irony in the fact that the class is about protection and not getting pregnant, when in reality that's like the opposite of the short. I thought that was really clean and really smart, and I thought that also moving from that into the hockey metaphor, all of that was really clean throughout. I thought it was really fun to have like the inter-game, the game conversation, so to speak, about the players' game. And I think that treating it like a sport and kind of abandoning that thematic through line, that motif, was really smart, because it isn't a sport. It actually is like something very serious that affects a lot more couples than I was aware of. So I think that the short also did a great job of hitting the message and presenting new information that I thought that I wasn't personally aware of. So when the filmmakers decided to abandon the hockey theme and dive deeper into the ideas of family and what family planning really is, and treating it with a lot more delicacy, I thought that was really smart, and I think it was really effective. I thought the actors were really beautiful. I thought they had a lot of beautiful chemistry, all of their scenes together. I really believe that they were a couple, and I think that the way it was shot also did give it a real familial energy and feel. I also love that we don't figure out in the end how the family comes to be, whether it's in vitro or a sperm donor, because that's not really the point. The point is that they were able to achieve it. And so I thought all of those things really worked together really well to create a really beautiful short.
Well, this is a really nice movie. I really like, that these folks made a film with a message to try to help people that are dealing with infertility. It's not, it's not a subject you see addressed in popular media like this a whole lot, So it was nice to bring awareness to this. And I like the comedy aspect, and I also like the whole thing being framed around sport, around his love of hockey, and yeah, it was just really well done that way. All the actors did a great job. It was a really nice script, really great idea. It was wonderfully shot and edited. The sports scenes were really terrific. Nicely directed, good use of score. So everything about this was really good. So yeah, good luck with this. I hope it gets out there. It's got a good message, and I hope people see it and are encouraged.
I really liked Pulling the Goalie. It really was effective at getting me to care and respond emotionally. Really intense subject matter. Couples with fertility issues and childbirth issues. And I think what I liked about this film is how like in depth and how like deeply like personal this was. Like it really like delved into like the nuances of how you feel as like a man, or how she feels as a woman, and like all the emotional complications that come with childbirth problems. And then so that was one thing that I liked about it. The other thing that I liked about it was also the hockey metaphor. with like the floppy hockey stick, meaning like a metaphor for different things. I just thought that was really clever and really well done. So good job.
Pulling the Goalie. Warm, heartfelt, and honest filmmaking. I loved the playfulness in the innuendos, the reporter section. I just thought that was so fun, and the magic realism really was aided by the quick pacing, the snappy storytelling, and the lighter side of the piece allowed for that devastation of the inability to get pregnant and the realities of the struggle. It allowed them to sink in and hit even deeper. I think they brought us in with the warmness and the humor, so I was already hooked by my heartstrings. And then, yeah, the roller coaster of those falls were devastating. And I also really liked, in terms of the roller coaster of the emotions, when we had a scene that was particularly heavy, right after there would be something bright and hopeful to give another perspective. Really important film that allowed the empathy floodgates to really open up and to get some insight on individuals' journeys with fertility treatments and how hard that is.